Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling page. Today we're going to be making a tab bound book using the collage spikes papers from Dina Wakley and some of her new stamps. So to make this book, I'm making my own basically washi tape, I suppose, and I'm using the new, it's a 1.5 inch canvas tape from Dina Wakley. So I'm just using a little bit of washi on either end just to hold it down so I can actually paint on it. The great thing about this canvas paint, sticky backed canvas tape, is that you can do anything to it. You can stamp on it, you can paint on it, you can spray on it, you can stencil on it, you can leave it plain. It's just fantastic. It's just a perfect canvas to do anything on, basically. And I am painting this so it blends in with those collage spikes pages that you can see above. So I've already folded those. They're just the whole collage spike sheet, which is a 4x6 sheet of collage paper from Dina Wakley. And I've just folded them in different areas because I want them to be not regular. And I'm using colours that I see on those pages on my canvas page and just splitting them together. Now this is all going to be cut up into strips. It's not going to end up like this because I know it's a little bit in your face, especially with that darker blue that I've put on. But I just want to have this tape have some colour that is on the pages, so it kind of blends in. It's still going to stick out, I know that, but it's going to have at least one or two colours from the background on the tape when I put this little book all together. I'm also using some of my neon gloss sprays and just dripping those on. You can see on the wet paint they're sort of spreading out, which I really love. I'm using some of the purple as well, just as a little pop of colour. You can see me just sort of drawing on little circles on there just to make it all come together. I'm also being really careful to move my washi tape just so that I don't have those little white bits on it as well. The canvas tape will take a little while to dry. You can still see it's quite wet where the paint is sort of soaking in. That's the nature of canvas. Obviously it absorbs more paint, it absorbs more water, so it's going to take longer to dry. So use your heat gun, but this is going to be set aside to dry a little bit, not too long because I'm impatient, but it will work slightly damp, so it doesn't really bother me all that much. So you can see me going in and heating again, so it's at least sort of dry to the touch. Now I'm just going in and roughly cutting about 1.5 centimetres strips of the canvas tape. I really don't need all these strips for what I'm about to do, but I've just got enough that I've got them. So this is a tab bound book. I have got instructions of how to do this, but you can see I've put 2 tabs down. And now my next page, I'm putting 1 tab, and then I'm folding over the 2 tabs. Because I've put 1 tab, now I'm going to put 2 tabs on this one. Put the 2 tabs, fold 1 tab down, so I'm going to put 1 tab on. So that's a pattern. If you put 2 tabs down, fold 2 tabs down, I'm going to put 2 tabs on the next page, like that. And now I'm folding 1 tab down, so I'm putting 1 tab on the next page. This is going to give me a really loose bind, and on the last page I've just put all 3 tabs down. It's quite wobbly, but you can see the gorgeous little book I've got. You can see some of Dina's paint work in it. Sorry, I've said this collage spikes at the beginning of this. It's actually not. It's from her first range of papers that she put together. So her original collage books that she had. And I've just cut them down into 4x6 sheets and used those because I've used all my collage spikes pages. So you can see that it's just a really cool way to get a really quick mini book that you can decorate up in any way. So I'm going to show you some of the pages I've created on here. Not all of them. But I do have the close-ups of all the pages at the end so you can get an idea. But basically, do anything in them, you know. This one I'm using the new Wow 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 stamp set. You can see it's brand new because this is the first time I'm using it. And I love it because it's got the Wow Wow Wow. It's got the little speech bubble so you can put your own words into it. On the second page, I am going through and putting this gorgeous face. I had that sort of room for that in the right-hand corner and just extending it out so it fits in, adding some extra line work to it or going over the line work. And it also comes with these gorgeous leaves, so I decided I was going to stamp those all over so it looks like the lady is sort of popping out of the trees, the leaves, hiding behind them. I don't know, she's playing hide and seek with someone. And just with the stamp, again, just sort of filling in the background. Now my paint pen is dying somewhat, so I had to find a paint pen that was actually working. So that's 2 that weren't working. I think on the 3rd go I got lucky or not. There you go. And just going in and quickly drawing over the top of it. It's something I really love. Obviously I'm using the stamped artwork from Dina as my reference, as my model, but I'm just using those loose lines over the top to add a little bit extra to it, sort of like highlight over them so they really stand out on the darker page. Then I'm going in and just using my Stabilo oil pencil to add a little bit of colour to her cheeks. And I'm going to go in and write a quote on it. And the quote I decided to write because it's what I was feeling, because work's been interesting, life's been interesting at the moment. Yesterday is heavy, put it down. I just really love this quote because it's so true. There's no point in holding on to it. As an overthinker, that's really hard sometimes, but it's good to have the reminder. And quite often this is why I art journal, because I need to tell myself this in the moment. And it's a good reminder to have in my artwork because I can go back and look at it. But usually if I've got quotes like this, or if I'm feeling a bit heavy, writing it down gives me enough time to process it, to remind myself that I need to do it, and hopefully that I've done it by the time I finish the artwork. So it's a good little way to help myself regulate. So you can see how this book is working. So this is the first page, and you can see the second page peeping through. It's obviously the page you just saw me complete, and I put a little bit of a shadow around the words just to push it out from the background. I loved doing those little faces, and you could see on the Wow 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 page it had some more, so I just played with those a little bit more. This is an old stamp that I had a go on a bigger page that I could play around with drawing hair. That was the same stamp I used on the heavy page that I've just coloured in a different way, and that's the another one that I've done, again just blocking out the background, and you can see the tape that I've used to bind it all together. So this is the final booklet. You can sort of see all the pages of different sizes and how it works together. So it's a really beautiful little book that I've used some of the artwork, I've used some of the stamps, I've used the canvas paint to put it all together, and it just makes me happy. And why not do things that make you happy? Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.